You're welcome to everything new in Satisfactory Update 8. And if you haven't backed up your files yet, well, you should definitely watch this video right now and come back to this video afterwards. You should back up your files like this. The biggest thing in this update is that Satisfactory is now Unreal Engine 5 instead. So what this means is that we have loads of new graphical options. Now my settings are a little bit weird and you may see a decrease in performance with this update. You can click to reset to default and you'll get the values that are recommended to do this. Anyways, a popular feature with this is global illumination and reflections. And I'm going to do a little optimization video when I figure out what's the best settings for me as well. But you can see here we have really beautiful glowy parts that actually reflect inside of here in this factory area. And it's also really dark. Anyways, this is not an optimization guide, that will be another video that I will do later. But what I'm telling you is that there are loads of new options inside of game options, which you should definitely check out for yourself and see what settings works best for you. I will say this new good looking illumination looks really amazing on high-end systems. So another thing with Unreal Engine 5 is that the rocks and the terrain look a lot better now. And there are also some updates at some areas which makes the biomes look better, and also some variants of the hog creature has been added. The poison gas pillars are finally destructible using Noblix detonations. There are also some options here that you can create a new game, and if you go in here you can go to advanced settings, and in these advanced settings you can set stuff like no build cost and flight mode and no power, which basically, and God mode, which basically is a creative mode for Satisfactory. I personally think it's super boring, but for everyone that wants it, it's there. Nowadays, by default, you actually keep your inventory upon death. You can select it to keep nothing again if you want a regular good experience, but keep equipment can be nice so that you can get to your death site a little bit easier, more easily. And then you also have the options to keep everything, which again, boring, but it's there for you if you want it. All the vehicles have been updated, so they handle differently. They're also faster. All of them are actually faster. They unfortunately haven't fixed the inverted mouse bug for vehicles, so if you're an inverted mouse player like me, you still can't use vehicles at all really, but well, maybe next update. Jetpacks can finally use different types of fuel, which is absolutely fantastic. So you can use real crap fuel if you want to, but you can also use super fast turbo fuel, and most importantly, you can convert meat into liquid fuel and use that biofuel to be extra efficient. Isn't that nice? The parachute model doesn't look strange anymore. It looks decent, and best of all, it's not even used up. So you can use your parachute 120 million times, and you can even have a sprint mode, so it's like almost you don't need a jetpack anymore, which is pretty handy. The parachute is actually usable now. Amazing. It's actually a little bit too good, like, come on. About jetpacks, they actually recharge when you're ziplining nowadays, which is nice. Now we go to the more interesting things that has been added in this update. On Dismantle mode, you can now click R and you can now dismantle entire blueprints. So we can just remove this entire blueprint I have there. Isn't that crazy? Now there isn't an undo button, so be careful. There is another really cool thing here. You can click to default dismantle mode, and then you can click dismantle filter. So now we're basic wall, now we click on this, now we're 2 meter foundations. So I can just spam all over the place here, and it will only select 2 meter foundations in my reach. So I can remove all of them at once. Pretty handy. You can clear the filter by clicking G on what you're looking, what you are selecting, or just on the ground. You can just click G there. Now I don't remember 100% if this is new or not, but when you're building blueprints, you can click R, go to blueprint mode, and you can attach the blueprints very easily like this, so that they are conjoined exactly, lined up like that. Another really useful thing is that you can hold E, and you can select other blueprints in the same folder. You know how hard it is to place down the blueprint where you want it? Well, now you simply click H, and we can even go down here, see what it is, it's locked in place, and then we go and we can use the arrow keys on your keyboard, and you can just slowly but surely get it exactly where you want it. Just click to get it. You can unlock it, of course, if you want to place it freely like that. But that's super handy. To transport power on long distances, you know, we made our own weird solutions before, but now finally we can go into tier 4 and unlock expanded power infrastructure, which gives you power towers, which is very nice. They come in platform and no platform versions, and they're basically a big tower in order to transport your power to, which is pretty nice. So we have a little connection point down there. They can also be placed to an extreme distance far away, which is very nice. And best of all, you can zipline on them. One thing that's pretty cool with this update is that you don't need to hold down the glide key anymore. No, you can just right click and you attach automatically. And you also don't need to change connection point like this. You don't need to do anything. You're just gliding through. If the connection is in the roof or anything like that, you can just continue gliding with no issue. You don't need to do weird things, and you don't need to make sure that you look above the horizon. One of the absolutely best features with this update, it's actually some little building fix. So when I select the pipeline, I can now build it like this, and I get a support automatically. It's very nice. So I can click again there and I can place it wherever I want to. And even though it says it doesn't work, well, it lets me place the other pillar and it checks until I can find where this actually works. And especially the same thing is true for the conveyor belts. So this is something we really have wanted for a long time. If I place this, okay, I can select it here, press it down again, and then I want to have it here. And before this was impossible, but now I can click, set it there, and I can now adjust the other pillar to get the angle that I wanted. So handy. After this update, we obviously need a performance optimization video. It will be later, I haven't done it yet, but subscribe for that. Right now, you should probably check out my series where we walk through all the parts of Satisfactory step by step. And if you want to have your hand held through the way, I'm there with a long form tutorial playlist that goes through all of the steps in survival. That's basically everything new in Satisfactory Update 8. Very nice. So with that said, I will say this is your host Gmodism, and I'm signing out.